of people that want to see him lose and lose big. And at the end of the day, for a 5th-round draft pick rookie quarterback to go into his second game, one against a team that is now 9-4 in the 49ers and play solid pretty clean, it's not like the quarterbacks before him were making stuff happen. So maybe, just maybe, we should give him a little bit of a reprieve and accept the fact that the Browns' offense has been abysmal all season long, and he now has more 30-yard-plus passes than the quarterbacks before him combined. This Browns team's terrible. It just is what it is. Their defense is great. Their offense is terrible, and he played fine. It was clean. He can operate in an offense. You throw Shedeur in the Lions offense, I guarantee you he's cooking. He's probably throwing for 250+. Jameer's probably still going crazy. But, like, we got to start talking about quarterbacks a little bit more in a vacuum because everybody's situation is different. Can he do it? Can he operate? Did he look smooth? Did he look under control? Did he leave some plays out there? Of course. But he didn't throw an interception on a wheel route into double coverage like I saw another quarterback do that's been in the league for 5 years getting paid $55 million a year. Like, come on now. 5th-round draft pick, rookie, figuring it out. Don't be so harsh on the guy, Shedeur. All right? Don't be so harsh. Now, I will also say, in that game was a lot closer at first than it seemed. You had a fumble by tight end, Harold Fannin Jr., and then the punt returner, let's see, the rookie punt returner allowed 49ers drives to start the Browns 32-18. Okay? Special teams let them down. Turnovers let them down. Defense played as hard as they could, as long as they could, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's a team game, obviously. See what else we got in chat. See, chat's rolling a little bit. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope you're enjoying the show. Now, let's get to the next one. Let's talk about MVP race updates because obviously Stafford had an incredible run, but he slacked off a little bit. He fell off, had some interceptions, had fumbles, didn't look like himself, and that Panthers defense put him in a little bit of a headspin. It decreased some of the odds, okay? Stafford's odds dropped. Drake May's odds went up. Now we're sitting at Stafford plus 105, Drake May plus 120. Dak Prescott down the stretch, no lie, a little bit of something there. If they run the table and some of these other teams fall off, Dak Prescott is putting up MVP numbers, but I still think this is Matthew Stafford's to lose. Right here, look at this. Incredible play, navigate the pocket, checks behind him, finds Devontae Adams in the red zone. He made some really good plays. But when you throw late and short outside, leading to a pick six, that's not what you want to see. And then the Panthers were able to clap back. This was just an incredible play by Bryce Young. But I also think this one looks a little bit worse because he was playing the Panthers, but I think that the Panthers are better than people give them credit. Their defense has been playing pretty well. Got to remember, they balled out against the Packers not too long ago, who have also been playing good football. The league is just crazy. The league is crazy. Want to give some shout-outs, though, to Jordan Love for jumping into the mix. Obviously, Dak Prescott jumped in the mix, and Josh Allen still lingering, fifth-ish. We had some guys fall off, but this is still Matthew Stafford's to lose. And I will also say, Matthew Stafford played in a rain game. We know that he plays his best in domes. The rest of the season, they have the Cardinals in a dome, the Lions in a dome, the Seahawks are outdoors, the Falcons are in a dome, and the Cardinals are in a dome. 4 of Matthew Stafford's last 5 games of the season are in a dome. He plays his best inside, so take it for what it's worth. But we do have to get to my favorite segment. And one of my favorite players in the league, Puka Nacua. Let me pull this up real quick, get us dialed in. Puka Nacua, okay? Everyone wants to talk about Puka Nacua as if Matthew Stafford is the reason for his success, which, yes, it's super helpful, but let's just not get it twisted here. Puka Nacua is a baller, and if he was on another team, he'd still be a baller. And plays like this are what I'm talking about. Watch him down here, and watch this DB and the safety rotation and how this play came to life with Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua. And this was not a great ball either. This was more of a bailout by Nacua here, but watch how this plays out. So we're going to get a little weak rotation down, and that is going to basically tell you that the safety should roll over the top, but he's starting on the hashes here, okay? They're going to get down into a cover 3B. It's really going to end up being like a 330B because we're expecting to get a dropper here. Okay? So they're bringing 4. But we have numbers. We have our running back on the blitzer. And this is going to end up being a 3 deep, 4 under coverage. Okay? So watch Nacua here. Versus cover 3, this is not necessarily great. And look, he stops his feet. The guy doesn't really bite. Typically, you'd want to see him run down and bite and him run by him to throw this ball. But Stafford knows that he has pressure in his lap and safety on the backside. Because this is Puka Nacua, he is going to let this ball go because this is just a one-on-one 50-50 ball. And the safety was nowhere to be found. Stafford didn't even have to look him off. Watch how this goes. Watch Stafford's eyes here. Left all the way. Knows the safety's on the backside. Doesn't, just stares him down the whole way. This safety's nowhere to be involved. If the safety did fly out over there, probably be ripping this seam. Just saying. But it's not even a seam ball. Look at how this play plays out at the end. This DB does an incredible job of staying over the top. This ball should have been a back shoulder throw or nothing. But Nacua is going to go and be the bigger dog, one-hand grab, snag, and save Stafford here. And this is part of it too. Nacua is a baller, okay? And watch from this angle as well. Nacua is a baller, but this play, if you're watching it live and if you're able to get this view live, which I know we can't always get that on the broadcast, would kind of tell you that Stafford's slightly off, okay? Because this is a ball he probably shouldn't have thrown. This was a bad ball, like placement-wise. This wasn't great, but this could have been a little indicator of what was to come, and Nacua has to bail him out. How often do you see other quarterbacks around the league get into this spot and the receiver is just letting it get picked? But instead, it's like a 30-yard game. That's just what you get with Puka. So even though great play stat-wise, Stafford, big shot downfield, like that play is really all on Puka because Stafford went somewhere he shouldn't have, threw a ball that he shouldn't have, and it was still a completion. And that's what I'm talking about. Like when you look at some of these quarterbacks around the league, you got to take everything into account because there's just some guys on teams that can't make those plays. So quarterbacks can't even throw those balls without them being intercepted. So put some respect on Puka's name. Now we can get the chat before we wrap the show up today. I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out per usual, like every Monday. But it's been a hell of a ride, guys. This season has been incredible. It's been one of the most fun seasons I've ever had watching, and I can't wait to see what happens tonight. I can't wait to see what happens Thursday because that might be game of the year potential. Now, we'll get to some chat before we wrap it up. All the haters watching Cowboys every week, that's facts. I love the Cowboys this year. I think they're the most fun. I love George Pickens. I've been a fan of George Pickens and his game for a while before it was cool, and when people were just shitting on him for personality issues. Dude's just a baller and was tired of being in less than ideal situations with a franchise that kind of has been doing it the same way for a long time, and maybe the same way isn't the way to get it done because right now the Steelers are on the outside looking in. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. Now, chat, I hope the Cowboys win the East over the Eagles. Man, I would love that. I would love to see the Eagles have to get in through wild card. I would absolutely love that. See, someone said Niners have no shot. 9-4 with all the health issues. It's crazy, but they got a bye week just in time, thankfully. They have a bye week just in time. What else do we got here? Rams may still be better than Seahawks, better than Niners. I think the Rams are still the best team in that division. But if Stafford's turning the ball over, if they're not running the ball well, if their defense is going to just not be able to stop a nosebleed, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. That division is going to be who is hot throughout the month of December and who can get it done in week 1 in January. That's what that division is going to come down to. Rams, Packers, Bears, Eagles, Seahawks with the number 1. I mean, have we ever been this late in a season and truly not known who's going to be the number 1 seed? It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. And let's see, who is going to get the number 1 seed? I'm going to make my final prediction on who I think is going to be the number 1 seed in each division. All right, please hold. I'm going to say the Rams. I think the Rams are going to end up with the number 1 seed in the NFC. And I'm going to say AFC, I'm going to take... the Patriots. I'm going to take the Patriots. Also, hey, I'm seeing people say the Panthers might win the NFC South. I could see it because right now they're playing their best football, and the Bucs are not necessarily playing their best football. They have a bye week. The Panthers have a bye week. Then they come back and they play the Saints, the Bucs, the Seahawks, and the Bucs. Gauntlet. But if you beat the Bucs twice, that thing is dead. The Bucs have the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Dolphins, the Panthers. The Bucs could win out, very much so. But if the Panthers defense plays how they did, it's going to be tough down the stretch. It will be tough down the stretch. I think the NFC South is going to be about who can be healthy on the way out. But that is going to be a wrap, chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you guys so much for being so active in chat today. We got to talk ball, got to talk some film, see the playoff picture, talk about some performances. It's been great, and we will do it again next Monday, same time, same place. I'm your host, Kurt Benkert, and this is a wrap.